That is so not as good as a Diet Coke.
Hello, and welcome back. So the last time that I made a video, I had mentioned wanting to start collecting for the PS1, and I want to start that process, and I kind of want to talk about what that's going to look like because I'm obviously going to go along and catalog it. In between now and the previous video, I had actually case swapped my PlayStation 1. I think it turned out so cool. Seeing the disc spin through the top, just like the translucent case and everything, is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It has made a huge impact on the way that I look at this console. It makes me want to play it more. I've been playing a bunch of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and I am absolutely terrible at it. I even started another run of Resident Evil 3, which is probably my least favorite out of the trilogy, and that's not saying much because I love all of them equally, except for 2. I love 2 the most. So to get this hunt or part of my collection started, I wanted to talk about what I'm actually going for, what I might want to trade away, and how I want to go about collecting these things and the parameters, CIB, just disc only, kind of address that type of thing because I feel like I'm kind of a snob. I don't like anything that's not CIB. I can sometimes do without the manual depending on what it is, but I'll get into that later. Alright, so right off the bat, we're going with a heavy hitter, and that is Silent Hill. I have emulated a little bit of it, but...
Oh, hello.
It's my dog. My dog is right here. I've emulated a little bit of it, and I didn't feel what I think I was supposed to feel playing it. I think it is meant to be played on the original hardware, on a CRT TV, late at night when you're scared out of your mind. This one's got a pretty heavy price tag on it, so that's why I think I'm probably going to trade some games away. This one might actually be the first that I end up picking up. I'm going to a game convention pretty soon here, so it's bound to be there, and I am bound to have that cash ready. So the next two I'm going to kind of lump in together. I want to get something Spyro and I want to get something Crash Bandicoot. Those are two PlayStation icons, and I think that those IPs have done really well on the PS1, and everybody still talks about them really highly. I want to really go in and appreciate these games. Another one that I'm going for is the Thrasher Skate and Destroy. I think that having that one, it would be pretty cool because I grew up reading Thrasher magazines, getting the stickers, watching skateboarding videos. That one seems like I kind of just have to have it, but I mean, you know, I could get away with the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Series 2, but that one I think would just be a nice addition, something cool to have. Last but not least, I want the Mortal Kombat trilogy on the PS1. I feel like that's a necessity. I also want that TJ Lavin's BMX bike game. I found that at a thrift store, loose. I can't bring myself to hang on to the loose copies, but I don't know. That is not an exhaustive list. I am probably going to be collecting a lot more than what I had said previously. I will probably throw a bunch of titles up now. This is probably what I'll go and look for, try and trade away for. I kind of want to avoid taking the resale angle. I don't think that's how I can do this. I just want to see what I can amass in, I don't know, 3 months time, 6 months time, a year. That's more so the goal. However long I feel like collecting this stuff for. So before I get into what I might want to trade, I'm going to run through the PlayStation 1 games that I do have already. It is going to be Resident Evils 1, 2, and 3, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. As for the trade-ins, I'm going to trade in Silent Hill 2 Remaster on the PS5, Dark Souls Remaster on the PS4, Def Jam Fight for New York on the original Xbox, and on the 360 I have Silent Hill HD remasters, Batman Arkham City, Red Dead Redemption, and BioShock Infinite. I know the last couple aren't the most high dollar of games, but I think I got them for free somewhere along the way. They're doubles. I already have them in my 360 collection, and I just wanted to add a little bit more fluff to the trade bait. I already kind of have a budget sorted out for it, so I think that anything extra will help. The reason that I'm trading away Def Jam Fight for New York, even though I really like that game, is just because I'm trying to shift around my collection towards the PS1 side of things, and I realized that I have the hard mod game on my original Xbox, so I mean there isn't really any reason to hang on to it. The Silent Hill HD remaster, I think the same rule applies. I have the HD remaster on the 360 that I modded just a little bit ago, so I don't really see too much of a reason to hang on to it physically for now. That's just kind of the way that I look at it, and I think that I've said before, but I feel like shifting around the bits and pieces of your collection to, focus on what you really want to collect for is the way that I found the most success with it. But I think any other way is valid as well. It's kind of however you want to do the hobby. That's why I think it's pretty cool. Also, my pockets are not that deep. My pockets are not deep at all, and I just want to try and not waste too much, keep the games in circulation, give someone else a chance to enjoy this game as much as I did. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to go over for the trades. As for the condition that I actually want to collect most of these games for, I want to expand my horizons, push out of my comfort zone a little bit, and see what I can accomplish by just collecting everything that I come across. I'm looking for anything that I can find out in the wild, Facebook Marketplace, local retro store, anything at the thrift store. I just want to collect as much as I can for this console for right now. I don't know how long it'll last, but I got a feeling that it's going to be pretty cool because I've always had an affinity for this console. I feel like, to me, that's kind of my SNES, where all of the old heads say that nothing looks better than SNES graphics. I think that if you can do it right, nothing looks better than those PlayStation 1 graphics. Obviously, I'm completely making that shit up. It's just my opinion, but I really do think they look that cool.
So I just got back from a vending event where I was able to trade away my Silent Hill HD collection for the 3 Crash games on the PS1. I got the first Crash right here, just disc only, but then I got Crash 2 and 3 in complete in box, which was pretty cool. The cases are really screwed up. I don't know if you can see that right there, but it's kind of chunked off. I'm just going to replace these with some CD cases that I had laying around. Hopefully to make them look a little bit better on the shelf, but I will probably time-lapse that right now.
Holy shit. Alright, so I accidentally did not record anything for this video for like 2 or 3 weeks, but I just got back from SoCal Retro Gaming Expo about a week ago, and I wanted to go over my pickups really quickly because I got some good stuff. I didn't really have an agenda other than the PlayStation 1 stuff, but I just kind of walked around day 1, and then on day 2 I let whatever was going to speak to me, and I picked up some pretty cool stuff. So let's check it out. So my first pickups were The Evil Within on PS4 and Mario Party Superstars. The Evil Within I have been recommended hundreds of times over by so many people. Seems right up my alley. A good friend of mine has been recommending this to me forever, so it's about time that I finally got around to it. The next things that I picked up were actually...
Ah! Look out! I'll save you, Jill! I picked these up too. These are pretty cool.
So the very last part of the pickups is the most important, arguably, because this is what I set out to get in the first place. I got this stack of PS1 games right here. Alone in the Dark, Fear Effect, Gran Turismo 2, and the very sought after, by me especially, Silent Hill.
Shit, man. We gotta find your kid.
Alright, so really quickly, I wanted to show off the PS1 portion of my shelf. Obviously, I got my DS and my Switch games right here, but this is all of the PS1 that I have accumulated so far. That blank one is the first Crash disc, which I'll try and complete sooner or later, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think the Tyrant brings everything together for sure. This is what we're going in with. All of these PlayStation bangers right here. Cool. I think that's gonna wrap up this video. I've already spent way too long on it. I will probably call these PlayStation centered videos in the future PS1 Pursuit or something like that, something basic to keep it kind of as a cohesive series. Obviously I'll have collecting videos, thrifting videos, and all that other kind of retro, centered stuff. If you've watched this far, appreciate it. If not, take it easy and go take a nap, go get some sleep, and eat your Wheaties.